Progressive Skills in English.
Welcome to episode 4 of Theme 5. We are starting with a reading section about low-tech technology. Let's start by the first vocabulary box in our episode. Developing, it's an adjective. Earn, it's a verb. Medical care, poor, an adjective. Poverty, noun. Rich, an adjective. Shelter, noun. Sickness, noun. Suffer from, verb. Now, talking about technology for the developing world, we are having some activating ideas. Let's imagine a certain situation in which the following cases on the screen with us, and let's search for solutions. Imagine that you have no electricity. How are you going to cook and store food? How are you going to stay warm or cool? How are you going to have a hot shower? How are you going to study? How are you going to work? How are you going to play? As you can see, just imagining that we have no electricity and we are to do all these previous activities, it would be something extremely impossible and upsetting. Let's have more in the coming exercise. Now we are having a text with us on the screen. We will read it together. Technology for developing countries. More than 1 billion people in the world are very poor. About half the population of the world lives on less than $2.50 a day. The poorest 40% of the world's population only earn about 5% of world income. The richest 20% earn about 75% of the world's income. Poor people don't have clean water or enough food, and they suffer from diseases, such as cholera and the other sicknesses. They have many other terrible problems, too. They often don't have proper medical care, shelter from the heat or the cold, education or employment. In their countries, agriculture, construction, and transport do not have good equipment or resources. Developing countries need new technology for farming, construction, medical care, and communications, as well as for domestic use. Technology helps poor people in many ways. It brings more food and clear water, and keeps people healthy. It gives them hope for the future. Sources of this text is UNICEF, United Nations Development Program, World Bank, Child Rights International Network, World Health Organization, and the globalissues.org. Now, after we read the text together, let's do the coming exercise. You will have it on the screen. Write a heading from below above each paragraph. There are 2 extra headings. The first one would be facts about poverty. The second one would be the problems of poverty. And the last one would be poor people need technology. Now let's go to another exercise which are trying to relate words together. We will have sets of words on the screen. Now we will have another exercise that relates words together. We will have sets of words on the screen and let's see them. What does each set of words have in common? 1. Poor, earn, income. Actually, they are having the same issue. Like, for example, the poor people need to earn more income. 2. Disease, suffer, medical. People who are suffering from diseases, they need medical solutions. Shelter, water, food. These are the 3 points that poor people need. Agriculture, construction, medicine. These are 3 fields in which we need technology to improve them. Now we will have a box in front of you on the screen. We will think about the words together after reading them. Computers, electricity, water pumps, farm machines, powered baby milk, and fridges. Are these items useful in developing countries? Why or why not? As you can see, most of them actually are very useful in developing countries because computers will make systems easier to be applied. Electricity is very important for them to lead a normal life. Water pumps would help them to get water. and farm machines would help them to get food which is more organic and safe. Powdered baby milk is important for their babies, and fridges are there to keep and store food. Now, look at the picture we have on the screen. Focus with the picture, and then let's start answering the questions that we have on the screen. Since we saw the picture together, now we have some questions on the screen. Let's answer them together. Are they in a developing country? Yes, they are. What are they doing? They are trying to have some fun. How does a roundabout work? Here it works in a way which is totally manual or without any kind of complex technology. What other equipment do you usually have in a children's playground? Sometimes we have some other games or toys that help people to enjoy, but they are using technology to work them out. Now we have a certain box on the screen in which we have some words we're going to read in order to practice some exercise on them. Agriculture, equipment, healthy, income, medical, pipe, poor, population, pump, resources, suffer, and tap. We have read the words in the box together. Make sure that you know their meanings. Keep an English dictionary beside you. Now we are going to read a text which will be in front of you on the screen. Collecting water is child's play. The problem: in South Africa, there are hundreds of schools without a source of clean drinking water. Girls, in particular, miss school because they must collect water every day. They sometimes walk 5 kilometers per day and carry 20 liters of water. It's very hard work, and in the end, the water may be dirty. The solution: the play pump is a simple, fun solution to the problem of finding clean water in poor rural areas. So how does it work? A technology company makes a borehole to water under the village. School children play on a roundabout in their school. The roundabout drives a pump. As the children go round, the water is pumped from underground through pipes into a water tank 7 meters above the ground. Then the villagers can collect water from a simple tap. But that's not all. 2 panels on the water tank have adverts. The money from the advertisers pays for the maintenance of the water system. It's a brilliant but very simple piece of technology because it uses no fuel or other resources. Water collection is fun. The play pump is often the only piece of playground equipment at a school. It provides the children with a useful and enjoyable way to use their energy. Boys love playing on the roundabout, so they are responsible for water collection too. Life is better. The health of the villagers improves because the water is clean. There are no more disease from dirty water. The children are sick less often, so they can spend more time at school. There is a good source of clean water, so girls can go to school more because attendance goes up. The children become better educated. There are other advantages too. Girls are safer because they don't need to walk long distances to get water from rivers. Plus, there is a system for putting messages to the community on 2 of the panels on the water tank. Simple equals better. Successful design doesn't always need high-tech solutions or lots of money. And South Africa needs low-tech solutions, not high. When high-tech equipment breaks, there is no one to repair it. So technology must be reliable and simple. About the 2 pictures we have, in this village, people collected water from a well before they had the play pump. Dirty water from washing and toilets went into the well. The water became dirty and polluted. People got sick. The second picture, the wells are tested for chemicals and bacteria. Technologists also measure the flow of water. How fast can the people take water from the borehole? It must not run dry. Now we read the text together. I want you please to focus on the headings and the subheadings, and I want you to underline the topic sentence, if you remember, in each paragraph. Now let's move to another point. Before we go to another vocabulary point, I want you to check the picture that you have on the screen. You will have figure 1, the play pump in action. Please write 3 or 4 sentences about what you understood from the text about this kind of figure. Now, let's go to another vocabulary box in this episode and let's read it together. Attendance, noun. Collect, verb. Disease, noun. Drive, verb. Energy, noun. Tool, noun. Maintenance, noun. Panel, noun. Repair, noun. Roundabout, noun. Rural, adjective, and tank, noun. Let's have this exercise about the vocabulary box. Find the correct word in the vocabulary box for each meaning below. Match the words with their meanings. A piece of equipment for children, roundabout. Coming to a place, like school, attendance. Petrol, this is fuel. Get or bring to a place, this is drive. A metal box for collecting water, for example, this is tank. Looking after, maintenance. Make it work if it breaks down, repair. Not in towns, rural. Power or ability to do work, energy. Something on the side, roundabout. Something which makes you ill, disease. To push or move, this is to collect. Now we have a very simple notice to end our 4th episode. It will be about signposts and it will be from your workbook. Page 92, you have a box on the screen. Remember, signpost phrases linked to previous information with an interesting point, an example, a problem, a result, an obvious result. Don't forget to use them when you want to express different ideas. Thank you.